Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons. Taken in part exchange yesterday, here we have a Mazda 3 2-litre Sport Nav petrol manual presented in Soul Red with the black leather interior. Now this is quite a special version because this also has the safety pack, which will give you the rear vehicle monitoring system, high beam control, lane departure warning, I'm sure amongst some other things, but we'll have a play with that when we get in the car. Now, just give you a bit of background on the vehicle, like we do in all our videos, you know, where the cars come from, etc, etc. We supplied this car new in July 2016, 21st of July 2016. The car's always been serviced with us. So the previous customers watching the video, thank you very much for your loyalty, and he's been very happy with the brand, very happy with the service that he gets here at TW White & Sons, and he's purchased a CX-30. Now he was actually in for a service, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, but I can tell you the exact date when we get in the car. We started talking to him, we lent him a CX-30 and he ended up buying a CX-30. So we've got a freshly serviced car in absolutely beautiful condition, testament to the previous owner. The wheels undamaged, I think there's a little graze on one of them. It's just in absolutely lovely condition. Please do study the extensive photographs that I have taken. It's a really beautiful car. Now, because this is 2016, this still has sort of like grandfather rights to the old tax system, so it's only £30 a year to tax, so that is a benefit in itself. It employs the SKYACTIV technology, which makes it super fuel efficient. Now, if you bought a Ford equivalent, you'd get a Focus with a 1-litre EcoBoost engine, which is 3 cylinders with a turbo. Now, nothing wrong, because we sold plenty of them that we've taken in part exchange, but they don't drive as well as I say they should, because it's a tiny little engine that really belongs in a tiny little car. But what Mazda did, they said, right, do you know what, we're going to go the other way. We're going to make bigger engines, but we're going to make them more fuel efficient. Therefore, this is a 2-litre, and where its predecessor was generally a 1.6, but it's got super low CO2, so low fuel consumption, and then you don't trade off the drivability and the durability, the longevity you'd get with a bigger engine over those small little engines. I often use the analogy of my boiler at home. I've got a combi boiler, but it doesn't last more than 8 years, and my previous boiler, I think, lasted like 40 years back in my parents' house. So it's like, okay, they make these tiny little engines and these really efficient boilers, but they don't tend to last very long. So this is lovely, drives as if it's new. I've got all the service history there, which I'll share with you. You've got height adjustable passenger seat, electric driver's seat. Okay, you've got the BOSE stereo, the black leather, the heated front seats, privacy glass. It's all very, very nice indeed. Look at the condition of the carpets, unsoiled, okay, because it's had the original overmats in the car, which for some reason my valeter puts in the boot after he's given the cars a little clean. So they've really done their job and protected the carpets. There is a space for a spare wheel should you require one, but as of most cars these days, sold for the UK market, they're minus a spare wheel. But good news is, if you really did want one, there is space for one. Now you've got the parking sensors front and rear, you've got a camera, colour rear camera, privacy glass we've mentioned. Car also has the xenon headlights, and they're adaptive, so they will move as you turn. So the best way I can explain is they allow you to see better at night than in the day along an unlit road, if that makes sense. Now, you've got these little washers there. That's a requirement when you've got xenon lights, to keep those lights nice and clean, so the light fragments well. Right, so let's have a look inside the vehicle. So you've got your electric windows, mirrors there. So look at that, look at the carpet, absolutely lovely. I felt like I had to wipe my feet before I got into this car. You've got an intelligent engine stop-start function. Ultimately saves you money, and it's better for the environment because the engine will stop, will switch off, and then engage again as you go to move away. And it's an intelligent system, so it won't always happen. It's only when the car is correctly warmed up, the battery's fully charged, etc, etc. Rear vehicle monitoring. So in the wing mirrors there are little lights, and should someone undertake you or overtake you, it'll warn you by bleeping, which is handy, and it's a standard feature on current cars. So this car was beyond its years. You've got lane departure warning. If you were to change lanes without indicating, it'll warn you, just to say, you know, are you meant to be doing that? You know, are you not paying enough attention to keep you on the road as safely as possible? Tyre pressure monitoring system. If your tyre pressures fall 4 psi or more, little light will come up on the dash so you can check your tyre pressures. And you know, I used to think they were a bit of a nuisance really, but the only time I would check my tyre pressures is if the tyre looked flat or the car was driving differently. Now, if your tyre pressure had dropped 4 psi, it may not do those things, but it will affect your fuel consumption. It will affect the handling, the overall safety of the vehicle. Now, let me share the service history with you. Now, I've printed off 2 here, one for another car I've got to advertise. I don't want to share the wrong one. Here we are. So, July 2016, PDI, pre-delivery inspection at 9 miles. That's when it's off the transporter. Then almost a year to the day at 8467, it's first service. Then second service, September 18. Third service, July 19. August 20, August 21, and look at that, 6th of, did I say, yeah, 6th of October at 46,636 miles. So let's have a look at the miles. I'll start the car up by just pushing that button there. 47,585. So what has she done? Under 1,000 miles since we last saw the car. On the 6th, so what did we say, 20th? 2 weeks ago it was, 2 weeks ago that the car was serviced. Okay, you got climate control, air conditioning, heated seats, I think I've mentioned that already. 6-speed gearbox with a nice positive feel. Human interface, which will operate this screen here, but this screen is touchscreen when the car is stationary for obvious reasons. So I always say, get used to using this and it will become second nature. So on the app page, you've got things like fuel economy monitor. Oh, actually, I'll share that with you. This car has averaged almost 43 mpg. Now that is a real world, a proper real world mpg, which is very, very respectable. Okay. Now, obviously on paper, it'll probably say more than that, but that is very, very good. And bear in mind, 2 litre, 4-cylinder. I was talking to a customer previously, only a couple of days ago, who's got an Eco Boost Focus. They were getting 39 to the gallon, and they're not very nice to drive. So, you know, I'm a real big fan of these SKYACTIV engines. Now, on the app page here, you can actually update this system here, right, to have CarPlay and Android Auto. So you'll get CarPlay, Android Auto down here, and then you can navigate your smartphone, use things like Spotify, Google Maps, etc, etc. This does have sat nav, however, built in, which is very, very good. So you've got your DAB radio here. You've also got your FM, AM, and once your phone's paired up, you can stream from your phone. Communication. So once connected up, you can access your call list, dial call, missed calls, phone book, etc. And your sat nav, dead easy to use. Find address, put your postcode in, and off you go. In all my videos, I use an example personal to me. I drove to the Tatra Mountains to a place called Zakopane a couple of years ago using this system, and it was good as gold. No complaints at all. And now the settings page. So you've got a heads-up display in this car. Yeah, now it's not flashing, it's just my my camera's sort of resolution. Can't pick it up very well. That'll have your speed, your basic sat nav function, warnings, etc. Now that can be adjusted here, yeah, on the height Okay, so please, when you do take delivery of this car, don't turn it by hand, but we'll give you a proper handover when you collect or we deliver the vehicle. Display, you've got this display settings, you can turn that off, show the clock, etc. Safety, so smart city braking, which will apply the brake should you be traveling under 20 miles an hour with no driver input. So you're kind of looking out the window, your car's rolled towards a car or a person in front, it will apply the brakes. Fantastic thing, it's recognised by insurance companies. And statistically, a lot of accidents happen like that at low speed. So if that reduces the risk of it happening, lowers insurance grouping, should lower your insurance premium. Lane departure warning, which I had previously mentioned. So this is a very well spec'd, economical, low mileage, super service history vehicle. It's got the black leather as the that was an extra, okay, and as I say, the safety pack. I'm sure you'll find a cheaper one out there, but not like this. Okay, this is a really nice example, and we are a Mazda dealer, so it's an approved used Mazda vehicle. Come with 12 months Mazda ZZ Plus warranty, not one of these silly warranties. We run a service department here, and we have people come in with cars they've bought and they've got these warranties. There's literally nothing you can claim on them. They're ridiculous, and I can imagine that being very frustrating. So it's a 12-month comprehensive Mazda warranty, no silly claim limits, and it comes with a comprehensive roadside assistance package, which will rescue you from home, which does include your passengers and does cover you in Europe. So there's a saving in itself, as well as MOT insurance. So should the car fail its next MOT, there are items that are covered, which I think is a fantastic benefit. So if you've not dealt with with our company before, please do check out our reviews. We're very proud of them. We do a lot of repeat business, so people do know us. But if you haven't, if you're out of area or you've never used us before, do check out our reviews. Okay, we are very customer focused, and we want you to have an enjoyable buying experience. Which brings me on to part exchange. Any part exchange you have is very, very welcome. It doesn't matter what it is, if it's not a Mazda or an Auto Suzuki, which are the two new cars that we sell, doesn't matter. Check out our website, you'll see we sold a BMW this morning, and we have, it makes the job really a lot more interesting because we can see the competition, and you know, sometimes we get some very unusual cars, but you will get the best deal with a part exchange, despite what you hear on the radio, on the internet, on the TV. But do punch your reg number in and get an idea of what the car's worth, and then get in touch with us. And do get in touch at any time, any day of the week. We will try to return your inquiry out of our normal business hours. You can even leave us a voicemail. We will pick it up, okay? Or send us an email and we'll come back to you. Should you require any further photographs, videos, any info on this car whatsoever, no matter how trivial, please don't hesitate to ask, and that's not an empty gesture. We really are here to help. Okay, now we've got all the dealer facilities. We can do a warranty extension for up to 3 years. We've got great finance facilities, delivery service within a 100-mile radius. But if you're out of that, let's have a chat. Let's see what we can do for you. We can do an online consultation, video walk around, etc, etc. So hope you've enjoyed the video. I've enjoyed doing it. There's a bit of nostalgia with this car because I've been in the company 21 years. So with Mazda 21 years, and I remember these cars coming out. And no, I think even to today, I would highly recommend one of these. They are a super, super car. So thanks for watching, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye-bye.